Hi everyone. So today we will be discussing about the anatomy of the pinna. But before that, let us discuss some basic things. So your ear has three divisions, which is your external, middle, and internal, right? So your external ear has further got three divisions. Basically, your external ear is divided into your pinna, which is also called your auricle, right? Then it is comes your auditory canal, auditory or acoustic. It is also called as an acoustic canal. Then comes your tympanic membrane, which is a tympanic membrane, which is also called your ear drum. Right now, after this, so what we came to a conclusion that pinna is a part of your external ear. Now, basically, the pinna will act. Now, what is the function? It acts as a funnel to collect all the sound waves, to collect all the sound waves and transmit it to, and basically transmit it to the middle ear, the middle ear. Now, what we study about the pinna is basically your surface anatomy because surface anatomy of the pinna we study, right? Surface anatomy we study. Now, there are a lot of folds and depressions which are there in the pinna. Folds and depressions which have their own particular names, right? So, this is what we study. Now, one important point is that your pinna is a fibrocartilaginous material. It is fibrocartilaginous structure. Fibrocartilaginous, fibrocartilaginous structure. Okay. So the type of cartilage is it is yellow elastic cartilage. So the type of cartilage is your yellow elastic cartilage. Yellow elastic cartilage. Now, one thing that we need to know is that if this is your cartilage and in front of it is your lateral wall, the behind it is your medial thing. So it is very firmly adherent to the perichondrium on the lateral side. So lateral side perichondrium is firmly adherent as compared to your medial side. So there is some gap on the medial side. So medial side there is some gap, not that well adherent. Okay? There is some space. So this is one point that was there. Now let us study the structures, depressions, and folds which are there in the pinna. Okay, so there is the different parts are so there is the starting point of the helix. So helix is this outer fold which is there. This is your helix. So the starting point is of the helix is this one. This one is the starting point of the helix, and it is called your crus of helix. Crus of helix. Any part below that, the part below the helix is called your antihelix. This is your antihelix. This now let us come up down here. This lower dangling soft part is your lobule. Then this triangular thing is this one, this over here, this over here is your tragus. This is your tragus. The part below it, this part is your, this entire part is your antitragus. This one, this opening is your concha. It is called your concha. The one lying obliquely to this is called your kimba conchae. So this is your kimba conchae. This is just a depression whose name is your kimba conchae. Now the concha is also called your opening of the opening, you can say, of, or the starting point, or it is also the starting point of the auditory canal, right? It is also the starting point of the auditory canal. Now this area between the tragus and the crus, the area between the tragus and the crus of the helix is called your incisura semilunaris. Incisura semilunaris. Now it has some importance. It is that it is devoid of any cartilage. So no cartilage is present in the area of your incisura semilunaris, right? So what it is used for? It is used for endaural approach of surgery. Endaural is used in the endaural approach of surgery. So what happens in this endaural approach of surgery is that uh, in this surgery, an incision is made. An incision is made, and what all to access. So an incision is made in the structure. Why here it is preferred? Because cartilage damage is minimal. Cartilage damage is minimum. That is why this area is preferred. Right? So what all structures can be accessed? Two structures can be accessed. Two structures can be accessed. One is your mastoid air cells. Air cells basically. And the second one is your auditory canal. So through this, any infections, anything can be treated. That is incisura semilunaris. And here, this little depression, this little area is called your triangular fossa. Now, because now it doesn't, why is it called triangular fossa? Because if we see, this is the apex of the triangle. It is something like this. That is why this area is called your triangular. That is why this area is called your triangular. That is why this area is called your triangular. Right, so this was the surface anatomy and the importance of the incisura semilunaris. And after that, there is one important applied part that we can see here, that that basically there is this the ear can give a lot of grafts. So grafting is important over here. A lot of grafting can be done here. Why? Because because a lot of grafts can be taken, so it can be used for your reconstructive surgeries. So it can be used for your reconstructive surgeries. Now, in case of the reconstructive surgeries, first we need to know from where what is taken, from where and what is taken, from where it is taken, from what is taken, from where it is taken, right? So there are three things that we can take. We can take either the cartilage, we can take your cartilage plus the perichondrium, cartilage plus your perichondrium, After that, we can also take your fat, right? Cartilage we will take Cartilage we will take from tragus, which is your now tragus. If you see here, tragus is a triangular fold of cartilage basically. So it acts as the covering for your concha. Sometimes it it might not fully cover, but covering concha. So other than that, it does not have any significant importance. Where and what is from where and what is taken from the cartilage. Cartilage is taken from the tragus. Cartilage is taken from the tragus. The cartilage in the perichondrium can be taken from two sources, that is your tragus, or it can also be taken from your concha. And the only structure which is rich in fat is your lobule, right? So we can take this. Now, this thing is also, now where is it used? What is taken where, from where it is taken, we've done it, where all of this can be used. Now there are three surgeries basically that we can use it in. One, there is reconstructive surgery of the middle ear, reconstructive surgery of middle ear, right? In that we can use all the three. So here cartilage, so here what all we will use? Cartilage plus perichondrium and fat, right? All this can be used over here. Now, conchal cartilage, right? Conchal cartilage is nothing but it means cartilage from concha. Cartilage from concha. This can be used in your nasal bridge depression. So reconstructive surgeries for nasal bridge depression will use your conchal cartilage. Now the third one is basically your skin and cartilage grafts. Skin plus cartilage grafts from anywhere in your ear. From anywhere in your ear can be used to in reconstructive surgeries of the nasal, reconstructive surgery of nasal ala. Okay, so now let us just quickly see what is the nasal bridge and the nasal ala. So this part is your nasal bridge. This is your nasal ala. Basically, nasal ala is your part which covers external nares. So it will cover your external nostrils or nares or nostrils. Alright. So this is all for this thing, for this video. So for this video, thank you so much for watching.